Well, good morning, everybody. It's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk from the left side of the Atlantic. Go
And
ahead.
it's Grim from the correct side of the Atlantic with his mouth working properly. From the correct side of the Atlantic with a shilling Guido mug.
This
Buy
is how
one
you
today,
just
get one free.
the gate opens, the horses go, and your mule stumbles out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Falls on his face,
Clippity cloppity clip.
gets up, looks around, and then walks off to the right. Exit stage right. Never does it. Man, I really thought that mule was going to do a nice job.
Dear.
This is the number one coffee talk at the 0700 time slot, also the 1200 UTC time slot in the world, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 1300 Greenwich Mean Time, the proper time because
Oh,
we
yeah.
dictate what time it is throughout the. We actually dictate when the Germans have their breakfast, which is quite good
Oh, very good. Good.
because we invented time. The British, that is.
Did tell you invented time, did you? Okay. I have no profile. Thank you for the follow. I saw that come up as we were getting ready. Good morning to everyone out there. We have Stickler. Stickler says, "Thank you for the replay analysis. Just got his first days. Right on, man. Right on. That's awesome. Well done. Well done." Wayne, number one, streaming a lot. Fantastic.
There we
Geo,
go.
good morning, Geo. Nice to see you as well. Bonzi's here. Odd Dog is here. Bogey, Juan Kenobi, good morning. Hello to everybody. This is Coffee Talk. As you know, we do this every Sunday at 0700, and sometimes we talk about the tanks.
Yeah. Hey,
If we're cornered like rats with no escape.
if we've got nothing else to talk about. Do you want to see
JPZ.
my white bits? Do you want to
You're-
see my white bits, Guido? As a tangent. Do you want to see my white bits?
No. No.
But what do you mean no? Well,
Wh-
the stream might want to see my white bits. Look, this is the first sun we've had in like a millennium in the UK, and I'm proud that the fact. Here, look, look. That's me. That's white t-shirt.
Oh,
red
thank
button.
God. Thank God those are the white bits you were talking about.
Yeah, I absolutely did not do the yard dressed in my skiddies. Ask me why they're called skiddies.
You can't just. Yeah, I know. I know. I am. You can't just roll in here and say, "Do you want to see my white bits?" Like some crazed English. Mad dogs and Englishmen. Mad dogs and
Yes,
Englishmen.
exactly.
Out in the sun. Absolutely.
Out in the midday sun. That's the only way.
Speaking of white bits, how about this JPZ4 here? I just finished
Oh, yes.
I just finished the
Hello.
100 battle challenge on it.
Nice. Well, with that paint job, you would have had to get it done pretty quick, wouldn't you?
Oh my gosh,
No, without
this
that.
thing is so painfully mediocre. It hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got an okay gun ish kind of for tier 6. I should have treated it more like the CGC or ARL.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You got it.
it is objectively better than both of those, but
Right.
man, in today's meta with this thing, geez, Louise, it's painful. But we're done. 100 battle challenge done. I don't have to play this anymore unless
Nice.
unless some sick person asks me to do it.
You know you're going to get a whole list of that next stream now.
I know. It was a long time while I was who was one of you guys was asking me to play, what was it constantly? The CGC or something? The Churchill? I can't remember what it was. There was one tank that for a long
Yeah,
time
it was,
there.
it was the game carrier. It was the Churchill game
Yeah,
carrier.
it might have been. I feel like it was a different tank. It was somebody DW2.
Oh, DW2, yes.
That's right.
It was.
So you guys may have noticed, channel news wise, that there have been a couple videos out that have a different thumbnail, mostly red with the obviously different artwork than I've been using. I am partnering with a bit with Wargaming, and they're doing a little bit of pushing on my videos, which is pretty cool. So that the 110E3, 110E4 video made 800 views, which is
Wow.
7 to 8 times more than I usually get. I get 100 to 200 somewhere in between there on most of my videos. So that one got a
Right.
big push. So we'll see where it goes. I got some decent feedback on it. you guys let me know as you see those videos come out. They're going to be a little more topical, a little bit more. It's not something I've done a whole bunch. The whole which is better, this tank, that tank, the hype stuff. I'm dipping my feet into that. I was talking to Slick, my partner in 1212 Gaming, and we were having this discussion about this, Pilgrim, and Wargaming came to me and said, hey, we'd like to work with you. We have some ideas for you to do some things. I said, okay, that's fine. And I was thinking, well, I don't want to change my brand or ruin my brand, or give up my brand. And then I thought about that for about a day, and I went, you dumb you don't have a brand, dude. You it's not a brand when 150 people look at your video.
It's a niche. It's a niche. It's not a brand, it's a niche.
Ferrari's a brand.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is a brand. You have a...
It's a niche.
I don't even know what you call it. So anyway, the point of that is that I said, whatever, let's be open-minded, check it out, see what they got.
Yeah.
So let me know, guys, as it goes along. Keep chucking in the comments as you always do. I will still be doing the replay analysis and things like that as who wasn't that? Oh gosh, my memory is so bad. Stickler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stickler. Sorry, Stickler. My brain stops too much. Anyway, that's that. So check out those videos. Let me know what you think.
I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a bit of diversity, and also, because even players are intrinsically linked into wargaming, so you're not doing anything that's going to detract from your main message, because your main message will stay the same because your character is the same. So all the good things that you do, like the reviews, the people's send the videos in and all the rest of it, I'm quite sure you'll just keep that up. But if you're doing a little bit more towards what wargaming are after, then yeah, why not? Why not? Crikey, why not?
Kedge, I adjusted it a little bit right there. Did that get better? While Pilgrim was
You want
talking.
to speak a bit louder? Too high, Stickler.
I know. See, this is what we're going to get into now. It's like too high, too low, too high, too low. Better.
I'm just not talking.
Great, better, perfect, excellent.
Cool.
Excellent. EU update. I haven't done much EU. Next stream, I'm probably going to stream tomorrow on Memorial Day for a bit. So that's my plan. A little Memorial Day stream before we do the cookout. I'm gonna have 2 cookouts. Not here, but we're going to one tonight, and then we're gonna have one tomorrow.
You're not going to be in a fit state to stream tomorrow.
I know.
If you're going out tonight and you're going to have those 15 beers, Sue Tex in the house, you're going to have those 15 beers and 3 whiskies, and then you're going to get up and do another one tomorrow. And you're going to
Look, man, just burn that candle. As long as I can do it, I'll keep doing it. As long as I can do it, I'll keep doing it. Today I woke up. We had a. It's funny here in Florida, in the Panhandle, because we say we're having a cold front. In the winter, in the early spring, sometimes that's actually cold. But in the summer, like it is now, a cold front, knocks like 3 degrees, 4 degrees off. But I went outside this morning, and it was actually coolish. It was really nice. We've had a really nice spring. We got away with a really nice spring, because a lot of times by now, the humidity and oppressive heat is already here, crushing the life out of us. So it's really nice out. In fact, I have my window open, which I would almost never do.
Nice. The thing is about heat. Heat is great when it's dry. Heat is horrible when it's humid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, AKA jungles, Hong Kong, Southeast Asia, that sort of area. And of course, where you live, the humidity kills it dead. It's horrible, isn't it? It really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But thank you to all the vets out there, the family of vets, and frankly to all the citizens as well who make all of that worth it. So just take a moment on this weekend, and especially tomorrow, to give a thought for all the people that went before you and did the things they did so you could have first world problems, like getting up early to watch 2 old guys talk about pixel tanks.
Indeed.
If you think about that, it's absolutely effing amazing.
Isn't it just?
If you consider the struggle even just 100 years ago was, it's pretty amazing. But there you go.
That's a famous quote, or it's a given quote in the UK, isn't it? I only kneel for the Queen when I take aim, and for the fallen. So I kneel 3 times in my life.
Well, that's two for me then.
Yeah. What, the Queen
No.
and the Fallen?
No, no.
Because I don't think as a pilot you ever took aim. You just let your computer do it, didn't you?
I will never kneel for a human being.
Not at all.
I will. I will say that I will not kneel for a human being.
But by divine right. Dang colonials, kneel to your majesties. We'll talk taxes later.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. Hey, let's. Shall we get our shill on? What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's get the shill on. Let's get the shill on. What do you guys? You guys ready to buy some stuff? You ready to increase Guido's coffers because of the kickback I get as I shill? All right, for you new guys, that does not happen. I'm kidding. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. All right, going to the premium shop. There's some interesting stuff in the premium shop. For example, the Basante.
Oh, now. There it is.
The Basante, yeah,
Basante.
it's actually not on this page, which is bizarre. Let's start here, though. We'll get to the Basante in just a minute. You can obviously buy your tank. I have a 60%, or I have a 50%. So I'm down to $37, which is a reasonable amount of money for that. That's not bad. And if I trip it, if I manage to get it to 60, that would actually start to become a deal. So that's pretty cool. I hope you guys have done well.
The deal's at 60%. I mean, I won't have enough time now to get. I'm at 40 now. I'll get it to 50 by end of play tomorrow, or 3 o'clock, whatever it is, 3 p.m. 50% is just about palatable. 60% is the deal.
Yeah. How's everybody doing on the marathon? Did you get where you wanted to be? I still, it's a good little tank. It is an enjoyable little tank. The Su-100's out there, 1357 IS-3A. These are exclusives, so they may be. These might be Twitch Prime things. I think they probably are. The Super Pershing is out and is tied into some of the Memorial Day sticklers accidentally till it just fell over into level 4.
Yeah.
Somehow it happened. Sutex says E3 was good as you outlined pros and cons and gave your preference without claiming it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Cool. Just let it out. Let's not go there, Stickler. Let's not go there. All right, Super Pershing is out there. It's got the style that comes with it, the red, white, and blue style there with all the stars and bars and everything. Well, not stars and bars. That's actually something else, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, the American thing. Call it the American thing.
We were talking about this before we went live, guys. The majors, lieutenants, warrant officer, and sergeant's pay. The ×5 things are ×5s that you can buy. This might be, you know what? You and I were talking about this, about whether these were good deals for new players, and we were kind of concentrating on this premium days and a bunch of personal reserves, which I think is actually a decent deal. Because, especially this one, guys, say you just started, 7 days of premium and some personal reserves for 10 sessions of an hour each. That's actually not bad, right?
Yeah.
For only $11 to kind of get kickstart. But I just noticed these and thought about it. These are killer if you can get
Yes.
if you can get a hold of them. And for $12 you can get ×5 XP.
Yeah.
When you start to get to tier 7 and 8 and 9, the ×5s will help you burn through those quickly. Now, whether or not you want to really get that high that fast, if you're purely brand new, I do not really recommend this to rage to tier 10. But it will make some of those intermediate grinds a bit easier. So it's certainly something to check out, guys. I mean, I don't know, you get to... Wait, what? Am I reading this right? So 75 is $15 and 50 is $19. Do you notice that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the same as mine.
All right, do not buy the 50, my friends. If for some reason you're in the market for ×50s, I just noticed, or ×5s. See, that one has a -40%, and this one is just a special offer, so that's pretty funny. This one's actually a really good deal for $15 to get 75 of these. If you're in the middle of grinds that you don't like, wow.
I
I know.
think the major, the lieutenant, the warrant officer, and sergeant. I think they're time constrained because I'm no longer showing them. So I think mine's dropped off. Is
Well,
yours
you
still
might.
there?
Did you log out? Check if you're logged in, because if you're not logged into the page, some things don't
Oh,
show
there
up.
you go. That's what it was. I
Yeah, I've
was not
seen
logged
that.
in.
Remember when I went there first and you said, "Hey, do you see those?" I wasn't logged in. I'm like, I don't see them, and I logged in, and there they were.
That was it.
And that's important, guys. If you didn't know that, if you ever go to the page and you're not seeing, just check, make sure you're logged in up in the top right where it says. Well, you can't see it because I hide the top of that, but it says Guido 1212 up at the top right. Okay. Times fives are a decent deal, so we got that going on. Gold, there's nothing to add into the gold. It's pretty standard over here. Nothing special. Premium account we want to look at vehicles. I think the Basantes are here. It is. All right. So the Bison, standard act with the big packages and whatnot. $45, and this is a tank. Was it this Christmas? No, the G-Sor was this year, or was it the G-Sor and the Basante? When was the Basante? Was it 2 Christmases ago? Do you remember? Pilgrim's frozen. We've lost Pilgrim. That's pretty funny. He's just looking off into space. I need to screenshot that. Oh, you're back.
Not working. I'm working now.
You were like,
do my royal.
yeah, I thought you were doing a pose. He logged into Wargame and it killed his internet. Yeah. No, he's frozen again. Oh no. Technical difficulties, my friends. Now that's maybe even better. Holy cow. Anyway, I'll just continue until Pilgrim comes back. The Basante is a decent price, but I don't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before, to be honest. G-Sor was this year and something else. Maybe it was those two. Man, that's crazy. How you can't remember that. Renegade's out there. Got the 5/1 rock. And some other kind of standard stuff. Nothing else really to add there. Are you back?
I think I am, yeah. Crikey. No,
All right.
I don't know. What were we talking about? I missed all that, so forget the shilling on my part.
I was just talking about the Basante, and I couldn't remember whether it was Christmas this year or last year, and somebody just typed in it was this year. So the G-Sor and the Basante, I believe, was this year.
Right. Okay.
So both pretty cool tanks. We did a Basante platoon on stream the other day. That was cool.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
Count.
speaking of streams, let me just thank you guys for the excitement and hype train last Friday. That was really excellent. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys doing that. That was pretty cool. Okay, that's it for shilling, man. On that page, you got anything else to add for shilling?
Let me consult my book.
Pilgrim's
So,
paper brain.
my paper brain. Nothing. XP Fever. Have we done XP Fever? We haven't got there yet, have we?
No, we haven't got there yet.
I don't know, because I've been cut out for the last 10 minutes, so I've no idea where we are. But yeah, everything's fine.
I mean, as far as that goes, it's one of the most pleasant starts to a coffee talk we've ever had. That is completely untrue. All kidding aside, I was just gonna say thank you to you and Grinny for coming by, because it's an absolute hoot to play tanks with you two and chat. It's absolutely.
It is fun. It is fun
Yeah.
with you and Grinny, because you both have the ability to bounce off each other. And Grinny has this false assumption that I'm actually any good at the game, so she keeps following me round. And I'm the first to die. And she goes, "What? What? No, go with Guido. Don't go with me."
Grinny has this false assumption that I'm actually good at the game. You actually are good at the game, man. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Where were we? Are we done shilling? Was there anything else
Well,
to...
we must have done, because I've just switched everything off to make this bloody Discord thing work.
Computer was dying over there, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Let's see what we got next here. I think we might be in the subjects du jour. And I don't know if down on the chat, I set up a timer. Has it been telling you... Let me find it. If you guys have a subject you want us to talk about, and I know a lot of times you type in and let us know, but if you type, exclamation join, put the subject in, we'll try to cover that subject within reason, obviously. Within reason. And there should be a timer coming up with that. It's the same thing as asking for a tank. I turned that off for today and then made a new one that says if there's a subject about World of Tanks or whatever we're talking about you'd like us to touch on, or you have a question, go ahead and put it in there. I know you can also just chuck it into the chat and we'll try to catch it. But if you want to make sure we catch it, do the exclamation join and we'll try to do that.
Yeah, apparently it was my job to keep an eye on chat while you did your thing, but I'm just useless at keeping an eye on chat because my internet keeps breaking.
Sutek wants to know if you feel extra pressure when Grinny was following you, like you had to do.
Yeah, I've got 2 CCs in a platoon. I'm the guy at the bottom with the lowest possible skill set, and then of course Grinny's following me, and I'm thinking she's watching me. She's watching me to see what I'm doing. She's going to take the mickey any minute now. She's watching me, and having a woman follow you is scary. Absolutely. No matter where in life and what in life, if you've got a woman 10 paces behind you, you never know what's going to happen, do you? You never know.
We almost got by that. You said that. My initial instinct was to comment on it, and then I went, I'm going to let it go. But you just kept going, didn't you? You just
yeah. There's no misogyny here. Behave yourself. Oh dear.
She's probably just looking for your credit card.
Well, obviously, it fell out my back pocket as I was being.
Oh my gosh, I am so kidding. It's always been my dream to have a wife that was richer than me. I mean, to be
My wife's richer than me, purely because all my money goes to her purse. I never see it, so.
You don't have a need for money.
I don't. I just
No.
exist.
Just get out in the yard.
Yeah.
Display your white bits and clean the pool, pool boy.
Yeah.
Clean the pool.
There you go, look.
Just go clean the pool.
Talking pool.
Just sit there and look pretty.
Yeah, just sit there on the deck chair looking pretty. Bit of eye candy for the women.
Now,
Talking pools.
All right.
Are you going to build a pool?
No. I don't. I want nothing to do with it. We're members of a place that has a pool, only because of the pool. So we don't have a homeowners association fee. We take what that money would be. That's a thing in the States. I don't know if you guys have such a thing. Some neighborhoods have a fee, like if it's for common areas and if there's a pool in the neighborhood and stuff, and everyone pools it together in a homeowners association. So we don't have that where we live. So we just
okay.
We take the money that we would otherwise do that, and so the point of that is I go to a pool that I don't have to take care of.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. You don't
have
to keep it clean and do all that nonsense. Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's not the initial cost is enough, but anybody in chat got a pool? Tell us about
Keith must be on it. Now I've got a swimming pool, but not one that's concreted in. I've got from granddaughters. Now get this right, we pay you pay your water rates and all that sort of stuff. I've just had my water rates doubled because last year we bought this inflatable swimming pool, which is a fairly substantial size. And like idiots, we emptied it every time they played in it and finished with it. We emptied it and filled it the next time instead of leaving it in there and putting chlorine in and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So we emptied it each time, and 20,000 gallons later, the water board went, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You've just doubled your water rates in a year." I was like,
"We're swimming, you fools! What do you think we're doing?"
I'm watering me roses.
Trying to flood out the neighborhood. All right, so I love gamers because this is the stuff they do. I say, all right, if you want a subject, if there's a subject you want, go ahead and type join. And what does Stickler do?
Let's have a
What does Stickler do? He immediately pokes the bear. He gets his stick out and he said.
Actually, the 5 keys went towards contributing to my water bill this year.
Yeah. The 5 keys. We never got an answer on that, did we, my friends? We never had. There's no closure. That's why Stickler is still stuck on it, and us.
Yeah.
There was no closure.
No, because we're victims.
We
We've
are.
been victimized.
We have been victimized. 100%.
I need counselling right
Yeah.
now.
Wayne says he had a pool for 20 years and used it 20 times. That's the other part of it, man. That is 100% the other part of it.
Yeah.
I see that. I see people like, I'm putting in a pool. What? And I'll let me say this, Wayne. And I'm gonna, I am clairvoyant, or is that the word? Don't remember what the word is. But anyway, I can read minds. I know what happened in the past. No, that's
Is that telekinetic?
No, that's everybody.
Telekinetic, aren't
That's
you?
every. Anyway, I would say it's prophetic, but it's in the past.
Look, you're making my cup move without anything
Yeah,
touching it. Wow, telekinetic.
14 of those 20 were the first year.
Yeah.
14 of those 20, some significant percentage of those were the first year you had it. I'll bet you. $1 a donut, as my old man would say. Kedge says he's got an
absolutely.
above ground one. Those can be nice if they're done right, for sure. Those can be nice,
Yeah.
and they're
Blue,
much.
the big blue thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're much cheaper. They're much cheaper.
Old Dog had to build one for his wife, and he said he could put her in the Hampton Inn every weekend for less money. That was probably a better option.
That's what I was saying with what we do. That's what I would. You go to the pool,
yeah.
you hang out, you take a few dips, you go home, and you don't have to worry about it again.
Stickler's got a bird bath. Awesome.
Stickler says my work here is done. I've got set them off on the 5 keys and other random tangents.
Yeah. Major Tom has got the biggest pool in the world. He's got the ocean by his condo.
Well, we have that
Does
too.
that count?
Problem
Well,
with
of
that
course
is
you do, yeah.
problem with that is there's sound. Major Tom says, "What's the 5 keys about?" Do you remember the 5 keys? Was it Christmas? It wasn't Christmas. It was before
Well, it
that.
was this big promise, was it? It was before.
Oh, it was their anniversary thing, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the anniversary
Yeah.
thing? There was
Yeah, it
supposed
was a big promise.
you were supposed to gather 5 keys, and they said the 5 keys would open a special garage. Well, 3 keys got you some 3D style. 5 keys got you nothing. And they never there was never a garage open. Nothing ever happened.
No. They obviously took a leaf out of my Pilgrinomic book and said,
Yeah.
3 keys will do it. You don't need 5. You can have 5 if you want, but it won't get you anything.
Yeah, Bogey says of each of those 20, it was the Memorial Day, start of summer, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne, there you go. Now I can get on board with that. Dip your
Yeah.
feet in the pool when it's hot.
Yeah.
Smoke a cigar and have a cocktail. That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad. Yeah.
But somebody else's pool, not one I have to maintain and pay for.
Thing is, you can do it yourself, but it's like anything when you get a house and start going, oh, okay, I want to do this, this, and this. And if it's, if I'm going to mow the lawn, I'm going to take care of the bushes in the yard. I'm going to take care of the pool. That's hours out of your day. That's
Yeah. No, absolutely. Talking
because
about that,
then I can't sit around and play silly pixel tank games. That's ridiculous.
well, there is that, but also there is that actually. You can't do other things because you're having to spend so much time maintaining this infrastructure that you built in the back garden. But what we did last year during lockdown, weren't allowed to go up the yard or up the street or anything else, and we cancelled our holiday to Cornwall because you couldn't go, etc., etc. So what we did is we've got the big round. I don't know if you've got them in the States. You've got these shells that are massive shells for the kids to play in. Sand pit in one and water in the other. Sort of 2 halves of a clam shell. And you open it up and you can put sand in one and water in the other. So what we did is we got the grandkids' massive clam shell, opened it up. We had the white sand in one and the water in the other. We then put them by the deck chairs in the back garden, and we put some mood music on, the ocean rolling in the background. Had that on, closed your eyes, dipped your feet in the pool, going, yeah, I'm by the sea, and then dipped your feet in the sand and went, I'm just running up the beach now. That was our holiday last year. The old mood music with the whale song and everything.
All right, we have a new term for the lexicon. We have pilgronomics, and we now have pilgrim VR.
Yeah.
Pilgrim,
Yeah, it was awesome.
pilgrim VR.
It really felt like you were there, especially when the whales were singing. Marvelous.
Oh my gosh! All right, but hasn't it broken 70 so much. Yeah, check the water. 60 degrees. That is cold. My shirt, Major Tom says, Pour Star General from the Craft Beer Emporium in my town. That's the pub I go to.
I misheard that, so I'm not even going to say what I thought you said.
What did you think I said?
Porn star general. I didn't even read the t-shirt. I just heard it. I went, "What? Where are we going with this?"
Like someone's got to be in charge of them all.
Well, yeah.
They don't just organize themselves. I mean,
I've got rid of my shirt now, haven't I?
do you think a regiment of porn stars just organizes itself without a general? No, of course not.
It needs a colonel to get it all
That's right.
together.
Well, I'm the general. I mean, I've already gone past that. Of course there's a colonel down
You
there.
need a general to tell the colonels what to do.
Of course there's a porn star colonel down there somewhere.
The 1st Battalion, the 23rd of Foot Porn Stars. Get in there, boys. And
Oh, it
girls.
says pour, P-O-U-R. Come on. Oh man, you know what? I actually thought about this shirt when I started up. I'm like, I should go put a different shirt on.
Too late.
Turns out my instincts were correct.
Of course they were.
Turns out my instincts were
Hang on a
correct.
minute. Hang on a minute. We need to have that going. It's a blue light moment.
Yeah, but now I feel like I'm being pulled over by the cops.
Yeah.
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. The poor star general is on the run.
Are you the driver of this vehicle? That's funny, officer. I'm sat in the driving seat with my hands on the steering wheel. No, I'm the passenger, you muppet.
Is that the first question that Bobbies give you?
Yeah, are you the driver of this vehicle, sir? No, that's the fella in the car behind driving it. Why, what do you think?
I don't know how to answer that question. I'm not really sure where we're going.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 Adam 12.
Want to be live, officer.
Kedge is giving away his age. 1 Adam 12. Oh man, that was a great show. All right. Oh, no, you're still there. Pilgrims.
Gio's got a question. Gio's got a question.
Yeah, Pilgrims is correct. It's a thing that frickin' it's a thing that Discord does, and it's so when I can't remember what the deal was. They do it that reason for some reason. They do it that way for some reason. So yeah, that's actually my right hand, by the way, guys. Weird. Right.
I mean,
hand.
I see it right. I see it correct. Yeah, I can see you waving your right hand, but on stream it's the
Correct.
Other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the videos, I don't know why it does that, guys. Because yeah, that's what it is. Because when you're looking at yourself doing a presentation and you point like this, it looks right to you.
Yeah.
Like what you're pointing at, potentially, that's near you or whatever.
Yeah, because
I don't know, Kedge,
what I
maybe.
meant.
Kedge is assuming I have more.
Stop using your camera
Kedge is
properly.
assuming I have more technical chops than I actually do.
Yeah, you just switch it on and press a button. That's all you do. It's worse than me.
Yeah, and then I don't know. That's a great question, and maybe I can. I may look into that. Yeah. New update drop. I don't know, Major Tom. Good question. Soon, TM.
Well,
Soon.
it's actually scripted for the 20. I mean, we can probably do this subject as your, but 25th, 26th.
Oh, you do have
June.
it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Pilgrim.
26th of June.
Pilgrim with the
Because it's
save.
going to go through common tests first.
Pilgrim with the save. Okay, good. So the 25th. We're going to get to that because there's a lot of stuff going on there. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. 10th sidetrack on. Where were we?
I sort of got stuck with poor general, but anyway, let's go on from there.
You know what's wrong with saying where are we?
Somebody's going to say, Florida.
No, we never got anywhere to begin with.
We actually didn't start, did we? We've done nothing on tanks whatsoever.
We never got started. Hey, where are we? I don't know. We never started. We're still sitting right in the same place we started.
Yeah.
All right, there were some missions and specials. We did forget some of that stuff, so let's go back to that.
We did. Yeah.
All right. Boom, back in action. Let's go check this out. There's a lot of this stuff, actually. Let's really quickly look at the June preview. Most of this is already going on. We've got the Clan Wars is going on. Battle Pass is finishing up, so you have to the 22nd, it looks like, of June to finish that. And then Battle Pass Season 5 is advertised. We'll get to that in a bit. Go ahead and grab your Prime Gaming. That goes to June 17th, so somewhere around June 17th we'll get another one, but we're right in the middle of that. Referral program has started again at Season 7 with some different tanks. The D-Day event starts on June 1st, so there's going to be a relatively large event for D-Day. So right after Memorial Day, we roll right into the D-Day event, whatever it's going to be. Ranked Battles Season X, excuse me, we're going to talk about that. That is like a special test Ranked Battle season, but you're still going to get rewards. Actually, a pretty good deal. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be good, but we'll get the details in a minute. Weekly watcher drops, so fantastic. There's going to be lots of drops for watching streams. The salute mission, oh, look at that, June 1st. Earn consumables by completing our month-long special daily mission for Wat. So it looks like Wat Salute's going to get an extra. Has that been going on already? I don't think so. I think that's new.
No, I don't think it has. I think that's a new thing they've introduced.
They did give you extra experience. I know that's been going on forever since they started, but
right.
getting consumables, I think, is something new. June on track is going to be the 50B, the E50. Cool. What's with the triangle there? What's that mean?
Oh, good one.
I don't know. I think that's just a random artifact. I don't know why that would be there. And then the Sturv 103B. Premium shop. What do we got coming up? Gross Tractor Pass. Paid bundles. The Renegade, very good. The 152K, the Chrysler K, all decent tanks. Renegade's the best of the three. 700, the double barrel's coming out, guys, later on in the month. The 5/1, okay. T55 Pilot number 1, they're pretty mediocre. Oh boy, look what they're selling. Get your cockroach.
Yeah.
If you don't have an E25, then you have a chance to grab one. 52 LIS, very nice. TS5 with the symbol again.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is it attached to some sort of mission, or is it?
What shape is it?
Is it a triangle?
Yeah, but
TD.
what else is a triangle?
TD.
Yeah, but what else is a triangle?
A three-way session in a porn film, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. You're asking me exactly. You're asking me. Do you know what it is? Do you know your microphone cable? It covers the R, so people have to guess what the final letter in "por" is. So you know what I mean? It covers the last letter. Move your cable. I mean, look, I've got England. I haven't got anything like that. There you go. You can see it now. Look, 4-star general. There you go. As it's a play on the 4-star general words, is it?
Wayne has nailed it.
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Wow.
Illuminati, right? Illuminati.
Wow, what?
Yeah.
The all-seeing eye?
Yes, I don't know why they like the TS5.
Gee.
I don't know why they like the TS5, but that's the only possible explanation.
Or the 6th key is available.
It may be actually tied into the 5th key. The 5th key of Gozer. All right, the Mutant, the Object 244. Ooh, and the 1357. Very good light tank right there.
Yeah.
And then we've got some missions going on. So there you go with the preview. Some cool stuff coming up. We have this week XP Fever missions, but I really wanted to touch on this here because we talked about this right before as well, and this is important also. Too. I found this out on stream, and hopefully you guys have figured it out. However, if you have not figured this out, when you click on this mission, I'm looking at the wrong ones. I'm down here. Never mind. weekend mission chain. These are missions for just the super Pershings. That it's fine. You get some decals and you get some consumables, all cool. However, go down here to Memorial Day weekend mission chain, which anyone can do. If you click on this one, look at all this stuff. Now you're going to get one of these, but it's not very well advertised. You need a crate token, which is what you get when you complete mission 2, mission 3, and Remember the Fallen. Now let's go back over here. Go into what happens here, and some of you saw this on stream, is when you trip the mission, the first one anyway, I did not notice it on the second one. Did you, Pilgrim? Well, you've only tripped one, haven't you? Pilgrim's frozen. Pilgrim's gone. All right. So go to Depot. Go down here to the Homefront supplies. If you have one of those crate tokens, or 2 or 3, you will have the little parachute right here. Click on that. Well-deserved reward. Don't ask me. I don't know why so many clicks are required. That just is. Click on that and you get this page. Notice I have 3 tokens up here. Each of these is a token. I have 3 pieces of equipment from those 3 missions that I can pick, and they are the Class 1 versions, the good ones, for tier, 8, 9, and 10. Do not forget,
Right.
You're back.
Yes, I am.
Okay, do not forget to go there. Depot, little parachute, well-deserved reward. Get in here and grab your equipment. See, it costs 1 little dude right there.
I mean, the missions, well, one of them is fairly easy. It's just complete a battle, isn't it?
Well, you do the first 3, and then
Yeah.
Remember the Fallen is, after you
Remember
finish
the Fallen.
those, you get that one,
Yeah.
and you complete one. You just play a battle.
Yeah.
But the other ones are damage and experience or something. They're not hard. They're just a bit of a grind. Yeah, Wayne. That's what I was talking about. It's because of what I was just talking about. Watch. Let me go here. Missions. Go down to Memorial Day weekend, and that's where you're getting them from. So mission 1 was 15,000 damage caused. Mission 2 was 4,000 experience. Mission 3 was top 10 times.
Yeah.
And once you did those 3, it unlocked this one, then you did this one. But mission 2, 3, and Remember the Fallen all gave you 1 token. Notice the crate token right there? Boom, boom, boom. And that's where you get those 3 tokens. There you go. So you then...
This is typical wargaming, though. There was no detailed information on that whatsoever. It's like work it out yourself, guys.
Yeah.
It drops, and you think, where did that come from?
But Wayne...
Because you'd like to focus on it.
Yeah. Check it, Wayne, and see if you haven't been able to. And if you haven't, go ahead and complete the base experience and complete the 10 wins. And you're gonna, and then do Remember the Fallen. You're gonna get 3 pieces of equipment. So you have another 2 out there probably. If you've only selected 1, either you have extra coins in there you didn't realize you have, or maybe you got them later, or you have some missions not done, and then you can get those coins.
Is it time constrained? Have you only got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's end of June, I think.
Okay.
End of June. Yeah.
Okay. I know
All
why
right.
I'm cutting out. I'm trying to every time I try and open a new window, it just cuts out. So I'll have to have a look at this. But anyway, never
Oh,
mind.
that's odd.
It is
all right.
odd. It's never happened before, but fine. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so that's Memorial Day weekend. This is a subject du jour. XP. Okay, so let's do that. Let's move on to subjects du jour.
Okay.
Subjects du jour. First one is, as I find it, 30-hour charity stream. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that? Any of you guys watch the 30-hour charity stream? I thought they did a nice job. Talk to Me Goose was up to his usual antics, man. He was he had those jelly bellies that were the terrible ones, dead fish, dog food, all this stuff. So if you donated X amount of money, he'd select one at random and eat it. And watching him try to choke some of those down was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, Stickler saw the same part. Skill rated him. He brought in like 1,700 people, and probably half of them or so maybe a third of them stayed around for a while, and then Skill dropped $100, which was nice of him.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, he ate 11 at once. I did not see that part. Caduceus. Real. I'm gonna call you Cad. Sorry. Now let me try to. What is that? Caduceus? Is that right? Caduceus? Is that a Roman emperor? Sounds like a Roman emperor to me. Sound like a Roman emperor to you?
Yeah, it sounds Roman or Greek. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to me too. Living dangerous. Yeah. Hopefully he put the bum roll in the freezer and had it ready for the morning.
There you go. It's a misspelling.
Hermes staff. Really? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Winged messenger.
I think they raised like $15,000. The goal was 10.
Wow.
And I know they were near 15, I think.
Randall says 20,000. Is that right?
Did they get
Or
to
is it-
20? Holy crap, that was a big finish then. Because I watched some of Sophie's, because she was the last one, early in her stream, and they were trying to get to 15.
Right.
Wow.
Isn't that good?
Wow. So the cool thing there, and I don't think the bar was counting the Coke, but Coke said they'd match.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Coca-Cola said they'd match. So
Wow,
in theory
well,
that's
Coca-Cola.
in theory
Yeah.
that's $40,000.
Yeah. That can make a significant difference to
So-
somebody's life. That.
Well, it's USO is what the charity was.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Fantastic charity. Yeah. I looked it up. When I watched the stream, I only because it was late for me. I watched Tragic and Vixen, I think it was, the first part and everything. And then when they said it was for USO, I did a quick research. I mean, what a fantastic charity that is!
Did you ever run into them while you were deployed near Americans or with Americans?
I think I did. I think that because they provide facilities on base as well, don't they?
They do, and then they bring the comedians and singers and
It's
stuff
like
in.
our CSE, Combined Services Entertainment.
There you go.
We have a similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think I saw Bob Hope, although I would have loved to have seen him. But I think he was long gone by the time I was there, knocking around.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. Aces says, Laces, sorry, says, what are the best tanks for critical hits for the 270? Are you talking about for the mission? Lethal Weapon, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome. Best tanks for critical hits for the 279E. Is that one of the missions? A number of critical hits? Yeah, Artie might be your best bet right now,
Yeah.
especially. Now, I'm not as convinced once the changes go through. But Artie might, if it's purely just critical hits and nothing else. But most of those missions have multiple requirements. Yes, the missions. So the 279E. Well, first of all, you're also going to have to tell me which national group, which version it is, because some of the countries don't have Artie. Is there any stun or anything going on? I don't know which mission it is. Can you tell me which mission it is? Go to campaigns, 279 early. I don't Artie or horizontal form with the FV. Yeah, the FV with Hesh, or even just an HE shooting big gun like the JPZ. The only issue with those particular tanks is they don't tend to hit a lot. So yes, they can cause a lot of critical when they hit, but if you need multiple criticals, you might be a little limited on how many shots you get off. So that can be a problem. If you're talking just pure critical hits, I can't think of any tank better than maybe the M44 that reloads really quickly, has splash, does critical hits.
Yeah.
But also, I think that mission does not count tracks as a critical hit, as I recall. Have to recommend the standard B after my session. Had to look and make sure I wasn't pressing the HE key. That's also true. Anything that shoots over and over again.
Yeah.
critical hits will be increased by hitting the same spot. So if you
Yeah.
if you damage a module and hit it again. So there you go.
That's like, you can actually do that with a number of different tanks as well, because you can permatrack a higher tier tank, and then you're getting something out of that every time, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, again, I don't know which mission it is. Has he mentioned it yet?
Like I said, which
Because there may be another piece of there may be another important piece of information depending on which mission it is. But as a broad brush answer, it's going to be probably arty and big HE firing tanks, or very fast firing tanks. But you may have a bit of a problem with those because they tend to be low alpha and they tend to have a harder time breaking modules. However, if you hit the same place over and over, so it's just one of those kind of. So hopefully that helps, man. Hopefully that helps. If it's just no kidding crits, try the M44 if you got one. I hate to say it, but it might be your best bet. Cool. What else, man? What else we got? What were we talking about? We were talking about charity stream. We got that. All right, let's look at this platoon tournament. Have you guys seen this? This is actually kind of interesting here.
There's some nice involvement there and some nice rewards with it as well.
Let's see, where is this thing? Tanks Time Platoon Battles. This is another one of those third-party sites that runs tournaments for big games, and then they partner with the game itself and they set this thing up. So registration is open now. It goes to June 6th. First of all, register 100%, because the qualifying part of this is you just play platoons in the game as per normal. There's no time limit. You don't have to show up for any kind of tournament, and click on this right here and it will take you to it takes you right to the code page. The code's in there. Boom. That's all you got to do. A couple clicks. And what's going to happen is stage 1 is the first 30 battles in a platoon starting June 7th. So go ahead and register until when? When did I say it was open until? June 7th, basically. So you got the next week or so to do this. Then you're going to do 30 battles in a platoon, and there's some prizes. Look at this. I mean, 180th place is a day of premium. 180th place is a day of premium. Find your best platoon mates and go to it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to play normal, and I'm going to get myself by probably platooning with Pilgrim a little bit. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to run in the background unless you really focus on it, and you go in there with a dedicated platoon mate and run out 30 games a night. It'll run in the background every time you're on. You're in a platoon.
Yeah.
So you'd be surprised. It'll just keep dropping on you, and you'll be going, "Oh, crikey, yeah, I've got this. I've got."
And
that.
if you're a good player and have a couple really good platoon mates, go for it. Just around midnight. How you doing? Welcome. All right. So after that is done, the final tournament, the top 64 players in the leaderboard. So not your platoon, the top 64 players.
Yep.
Now, so I guess really, if you think about it, it doesn't matter if you have good platoon mates or not. You just have to be in a platoon and do well.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're the one getting 4,000 to 5,000 damage and experience and everything else, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So there'll be a team captain, and there'll be a tournament. Captains will be moved to the tournament, and then you guys can check it out. But I'm not going to go through the rest of this. But the prizes then become significantly better, and the tournament is. Where's commander? Commander competition ends the 4th. So it goes for a week to figure out who the 64 are. Group stage starts on the 19th, and then playoff and final tournament and super final the 26th to the 27th. So if you do make it, you're going to have to put aside some time to go do that if you want to continue on with it and all that good stuff. Pretty cool. So I thought I'd just chuck that out there for everybody.
AMC's in the house.
AMC, what's happening, man? Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I think with you and I platooning, it'll be that I will probably never progress and you'll get in the top 64.
I don't know, man. There's the 64. That's
it's quite high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really high old,
well, I was going to say 64 of the player base, but of course you do have to register, so some people just won't, or I don't know why they wouldn't. Here's what's going to be to me is going to be the interesting part about it is when they do get to the tournament, how many of those 64 really show up? Also, when you do that, you got to find 2 extra people to be in your platoon.
Well,
So-
yeah, there is that. I mean, there's a lot of that going on, isn't there? You know, people just don't turn up for stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it might be a given for somebody.
So I hope that turns out well for them. That's pretty cool. Captain Maddox, thank you. How you doing? So that's the platoon turning. Let's dive into Common Test 1.3 because this is probably
Oh yeah, I'll get
this
me
is
book.
probably the biggest thing we got going on here. And let's see. The article is out on it. The Common Test is going, so you can download the Common Test client and go check this out. I have not. Let's cover that reason for just a minute.
Yeah.
A bit irritated that the HE changes and that nobody really liked are coming. Right? There really wasn't any input from the community.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't, and I generally don't do test servers because I don't want to be their unpaid tester. Some people like it. That's fine. Major Tom likes the HE changes. There you go. And I'm sure there will be people who like them. We'll see what happens.
I think the thing is, Guido, just to interrupt, is it's the penetration factor. Is that if it doesn't penetrate, it doesn't cause damage. I think that's the significant difference that people are not happy about because they haven't had input into that. So, whereas before you would fire your HE shot and you would do, you would do the damage, whatever it was. It could be 5 hit points or it could be 500 hit points, depending. Now it actually has to penetrate to cause damage, and that because the spall comes off on the inside now. So if it doesn't penetrate, it doesn't work. There's a lot of questions about that, which is still out there. For example, if a HE shell explodes before an open top tank, then surely it shouldn't cause any damage because it has to hit armor.
I don't know if that's exactly. First of all, anonymous cheer, thank you. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Appreciate the cheer. I don't know if that's exactly how it works. I mean, I think it's going to do damage.
When you look in the article, it's saying that it has to penetrate to damage. So if it hits a heavily armored tank and doesn't penetrate, the spall doesn't shed off on the inside and kill any modules or any crew members. So you can't do any internal damage to a tank with HE unless it penetrates. Now HE doesn't penetrate that well, unless it's, well, possibly heat has got high penetration values. So effectively, your HE is just going to explode.
Well, I don't think that's true. No, that sort of. What it says is, upon impact with armor, HE shell will still try to penetrate, but if its penetration value is not high enough, then damage will be calculated at the point of contact, not in the sphere that it used to be.
Right. Okay.
That's why you used to be able to. Yeah, that's why you used to be able to hit it on a heavily armored piece. And if like a top deck was close enough and it's a lighter armor, it would be actually using that armor as its, and it still, while it still might not penetrate that, it would do more damage. Okay. So it was a sphere, and it would look for the weakest armor that it could get to. Right now, it takes the armor that it hits, with the same mechanics of did it pen or not. So, for example, with the the mouse that's on the example here, you would hit this, and then it would go down to the deck and go, oh, I can penetrate the deck easier, or I can do more damage to the deck. It's a lighter armor. I'm going to go for the lightest armor. It doesn't do that anymore. It just says, all right, fine. We'll just apply the HE to this really thick armor, and it just does less damage. That's what it's supposed to do.
Right. So, and just to pick up on what Sutek is saying there, yeah, I think that's what I was trying to get across is that it doesn't damage anything internal unless it penetrates. So you won't have being set on fire or, the loader being killed.
Well, that might be, yeah.
Unless it penetrates, yeah. I think that's part of what
I mean, basically, essentially, the thickness of the armor you hit is what it uses, period, dot.
Okay, well, that's better then.
So just the blap at the face of something and doing, 300 to a mouse because it actually did the damage to the deck and not the face.
Yeah.
Now you're going to blap that mouse in that heavily armored front right there, and you're going to do, I don't know what you're going to do. It's less.
Yeah.
And you can look at the percentages. They have a whole chart. Now, it's not like 10% of it, but it's still less. It
Right.
still does damage. Yeah, it's exactly 71 AMC. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I stand corrected, sir.
Well, now splash. But the thing is that spaced armor will not just eat it completely though. Now it actually will penetrate spaced armor and do some damage a little bit more than it was.
But then it's got to hit the armor inside, hasn't it? So if it hits the space armor and doesn't reach the armor, then it's not going to create any further damage, is it?
Now they're still futzing around with things like the KV2 Type 5 and the Sheridan with the DERP, the T49 DERP. Apparently they're going to have some special rules for them. You know, either leave it the old way, I don't know, or they're going to have some kind of super HE, which that.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I
That's
know.
ridiculous.
I know.
You know. It just.
Yeah. So they've launched a dedicated super test for them. So what does that mean in the interim? Are they going to get the new stuff and then retroactive? Are they trying to catch up to the common test with this quick super test? Get that sorted out and add that into the next patch? That's not very well explained what the hell is going on with that. This is really interesting to me, and maybe some of you guys have been on the common test. This is the only reason I thought I might try the common test, because I wanted to go do some counter. But look at the tracer. I mean, you can absolutely tell where that's coming from. Let me just say, blind shots on Artie now.
Oh yeah.
Like if you know where Artie sits and you have a line of sight to that position and you see that tracer come, you can line that shot up and have a pretty good guess.
Yeah. Because you've got two forms of indication now. You've got the sky tracer, which you'll see a lot clearer, and that slatted indication to say if that's your early warning. That's the early warning indicator.
Yeah.
So you've got two forms of indication now, which is far better because it gives you an opportunity to move out of the way, and also, as you said, an opportunity to go, you're in that bush, mate. Bang.
And that's what Just Around Midnight's saying. You know, there's so little cover. That's very true. You know, like where that shot is coming from.
Yeah.
That's a pretty standard place. Now there's a place behind some rocks up there, but sometimes they're to the side of the rocks. If you're to the side of the rocks, you're gonna have a really good guess on where they are, especially if you can see the elevation from where you are. I think there's, and then just plain old knowing exactly where that Artie is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna know pretty quickly after a couple shots exactly where. I can tell that myself because of the direction indicator, and I kind of know the game. But more people are going to be able to process that information.
Yeah.
And then just the tracers. Look at this. Look how visible the tracers are. Look at that.
Yeah.
The whole counter thing is going to be much easier, I think.
And it's quite interesting, now we're talking Artie and their shells, it's quite interesting to see that there's a different trajectory for each of the three shells they're introducing.
That was the next thing I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I had missed that, actually.
Good segue.
No, yeah, absolutely. I'd missed that until now. So the standard HE shell, which is somewhat analogous to what we have right now, except that it has less damage now. And it stuns, all right? So you're still going to get some stun with what they call the standard HE. It'll have the lowest velocity, but will have the highest angle trajectory, which means it'll be able to drop in behind things.
Yeah.
The alternative HE, which is a ridiculous name for it, I don't even... Standard Alternative Tactical, whatever. Relatively small burst radius, features better penetration and higher damage. So there's another HE shell with less burst, no stun, but more damage. Yeah, intuition might be more of a player now, Wayne. You're absolutely right. And then, of course, the AP, the tactical AP shell, which is going to have a much higher penetration. And it'll cause some serious damage. So this is the one that's going to irritate the living crap out of you when somebody just pulls the RNG slot machine and nails you with the tactical AP nuke, which we had in the past.
Yeah.
And
straight
does
through your top of it. Straight through the weak
Yeah,
side.
it does 750, a grand, eliminates you, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And it's going to be pure RNG because nowhere in here is any discussion about more accurate.
No.
So which Which tier 10 Artie is going to love the AP shell? The 261.
Of course it is.
Because it did in
Of
the
course
past. It was deadly in the past with that
Yeah.
AP shell.
I mean, it's bad enough now. 261s are horrible. They really are. But it's, to fight against. But yeah. Back to how it was.
Yeah. We'll
The old
see.
one shot.
We'll see. Another important feature is a reworked intuition perk, which will still be available for the loader learn. It will become a skill that allows you to greatly speed up the process. And will be available for both SPGs and all their vehicles. This could be this is very interesting to me. Because Crew 2.0 was supposed to do a big rework on skills, and now they've made a major change to one of the skills.
Yeah.
So are they going to start reworking other skills? Is this a one-off? Did they really feel this just had to be done because they wanted artillery to be able to switch between shells easier? I think there's a combination of most of that stuff.
You see, there's a point there which is quite salient. If you take what Sutak is talking about, the incoming artillery perk, it should be for all crew members, because when Crew 2.0 comes in, everything's going to sit on the commander, isn't it? The way
Right.
I understand it.
Right.
So any new perk or altered perk they're introducing is only going to be short term, because once Crew 2.0 comes in, all that changes.
Yeah.
I mean, the
yeah.
way I read it.
Yeah, I would agree the reworked tuition perk is going to be much better. Hello, Grinny.
He's in the house.
Good morning.
We were talking about you earlier, but we won't go into that.
All good. All good.
It was all good.
All the platooning, the enjoyable, especially last Friday, was fantastic. All right, so let's move on to vehicle rebalancing. There are some pretty significant changes to some of these tanks. The ISU 130 is that weird premium, one of the weird premium tanks that has a higher damage gold shell, higher damage premium special shell. But it had a really low penetration, and this thing's standard round had a higher penetration, but not very high. They've changed that. So the special shell is going to go to 212 from 180 something. It was awful. And the standard is going to go to 238. So that's a pretty big buff. But even so, 238 is still very anemic for a TD against tier 9s and 10s. It's better. It's certainly better. And 212 for the extra damage. There are plenty of tier 8s you can pen with 212, but you're still trying to aim, which is pretty funny when you're trying to aim a 130 millimeter Soviet gun, because they just don't really aim that well, do they? So
Dispersion circle like that.
I don't know what's really going to happen there. It's got a little more engine power. It's got some shell velocity. We'll see if that buff makes any difference. That's a pretty niche tank. Get over to the T92. It got a very minor buff to penetration. Whatever. This thing needs way more than that. But that's that's not going to help that tank. It's not going to do anything for that tank. The Senlac is getting 10 more meters of view range.
Which is handy.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. And dispersion.
That brings it into the same as everything else now, doesn't it?
Well, that's a lot, man. That's at the top. I don't think there's anything with more than 420 base. That's the top deal.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that'll make a difference.
Well, I like the T92 Gritty. It's just that we can't pretend that it's at the top of its class. And I don't think if it needs, I think it needs a buff, but I don't think that a little bit of shell penetration is going to help it too much. And then we get over to the 41D, and it's also going to get 410 and a little bit of speed. It's a good point, Wayne. Not many people play any of those three tanks. I like the T92, the Senlac, and the M41. I play them a bit, but you're right. They're not the highly popular tanks in the game. That's for sure. Then we're going to get some buffs to some of the prize tanks, various prize tanks. This was kind of interesting to me because it's not all the info's not there. Chieftain is getting some engine power and gun dispersion help. The IS-5, and this is the one that's killing me here. The Russian tanks used to be known, and Chinese tanks, for not really having great gun depression. But over the years, power creep has given Soviet tanks more and more and more gun depression. So now it has good gun depression and this ridiculous upper plate and turret.
Yeah.
That was the weakness. You couldn't really ridgeline snipe which would make a Soviet V-hull / good turret tank overpowered. And over the years, a degree here, a degree here, a degree, pretty soon this thing's going to have -10 depression,
Yeah. And you've got to think, and I know it's a non-historical fact, but you've got to think that some of these turrets are that shallow. There's no way they could have 10 degrees depression.
And that's the funny thing. The breach would,
sticking out the roof.
So yeah, the roof bulges. It's got a
rubberized roof that bulges out every time it fires.
when that gun gets going, the roof bulges.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh,
Anyway, it's whatever. So it's getting that. We get to the Kreslavsky. It's getting a lot of stuff. It's getting a 33%, 25%, however the math works for that, buff in speed, plus 10 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And
How
that's
does
going to make it? That's going to make it like a light tank, isn't it?
how does 150 horsepower go from 30 to 40 kilometers an hour? How does that work?
Well, they get rid of 3 crew members and just have a commander and driver, don't they?
They're chucking the donuts over the side.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
extra combat rations for you, comrade.
No, you can't have it. It's too
Yeah.
heavy for the tank.
Yeah, throw stuff overboard. That was always in those World War II bomber movies. When the bomber got wounded, they always had to throw stuff overboard. Remember that? There goes the 50 cal. There goes the ammo.
Which is the co-pilot? The one that doesn't fly anything. He goes out.
The one that's already been killed, he's out.
Oh dear.
It's getting more hit points by 200. That's going to be interesting. What I wanted to note here, though, is several of these tanks say this: enhanced turret or hull armor, but no data. Because this is getting a buff on some soft stats on movement and hull traverse for dispersion. The 121B, same thing. Enhanced hull and turret armor.
Yeah.
Top speed is increasing. That's going to make it more comfortable. Gun reload time is coming down. I actually like this tank. I do. It's kind of like the T-92. I can't claim it's the greatest tank in the game, but I enjoy playing it. I'm going to tell you a secret about this game, guys. You ready? You ready for the secret?
I'm ready. I'll
Yeah.
be born ready.
Yeah. It's supposed to be fun, and you play things that are fun.
Yeah, ciao. It's not.
I'm
is
dead
it?
serious.
Well, that's new to me, Guido.
That is complete horse hockey. You only play the best tanks all the time because my win 8 stats.
And my stats are going to be so... Yeah, it's like, oh, my stats have dropped by 0.1%. I hate this game.
My recent win 8's a 4.5K. Ah.
It's not my fault. It's the team's. It's the fact it's a weekend.
I think I can honestly say I have more fun playing the weird, crummy tanks
Yeah.
than I do the overpowered ones. Like I don't care that you got an ace in your EBR 105.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes you get that, like, insanely awesome game, and okay, I like watching that too. But if you play over and over E25s, EBRs, what else? Defenders, all the usual suspects. Like, if you're cranking those out, you're at tier 5 using the overpowered tank, and you got the purple 65% recent and 695,253 billion WN8.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And 80,000 battles in that tank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trying to
dear.
think of the one I saw the other day. Somebody had. He was showing like 63, 65% win rate. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
remember
oh.
that. I remember it was on live on stream because
Yeah.
what you did is...
And it was all little
as you know,
tanks. Yeah, it was all like some tier 5 tank or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Anyway, tangent off. 121 Bravo getting an upgrade. M60. Enhanced hull and frontal armor. Who knows what those are going to be? Don't know.
To be fair, the M60 did need some work on it. I like the M60. It really is a good
I
one.
love the gun on it, man.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
mobility. It's a fun tank.
Yeah.
The mode selection interface. I think this is pretty good actually, but I don't know how you get to this page. I guess you click the mode thing up at the top or something, but it's a little bit
They're changing it, yeah.
because right
they're
now all
changing
you get is
some of
that
the-
drop down, and it's just got the name of the thing. You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Why was that needed? Well, anyway.
Well, I'm okay with this. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
I like the idea it's big pictorial. When we come on to
Yeah.
the
because right now it's this thing, that right. That's the whole. Now it's going to be something
Yeah.
that comes out, and you can switch around. And in
Switch
theory,
around on
it's supposed to be a little more intuitive. We shall see, but they're giving it a shot. They're working on UI, and I do appreciate when they work on UI to make it better.
what about recon? What about recon missions?
Recon missions.
That
These are maps.
Awesome.
This is a fantastic idea.
one. Brilliant idea.
Like, how did they not do this 5 years ago?
yeah, yeah.
Now, what I don't know is does it say in here? Is this something you turn on and then you might randomly get into one of these maps, or do you specifically? Let's go back here. Is recon
I
here?
don't know. See if you can switch it on or switch it off.
Nope. It's a right here anyway. It says
So
recon
it's a
mission.
mode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
mode.
select.
Yeah.
It's a separate mode. That's kind of unfortunate. I wish they'd just turn them on, turn them on, turn them off, and then you might randomly get into one. You know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But still,
The
you
other
can.
thing also, your stats will be affected by that mode.
My stats.
Yeah. So all you stat hounds out there, be careful if you go into that mode. Because
Oh, I can already see the forum post.
yeah,
Turn off recon missions. It's bad for your stats. Wow.
yeah. And they'll be blaming because with those particular niche modes, I've found that players do the most unusual things that they probably wouldn't do in the regular mode.
Well, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Because
And so
no one's
people
going to
are
know the
go
map,
really
so it's going to be just like chaos at the beginning, which is going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, I quite like that idea.
So it'll be worth talking about how the metas kind of develop on some of these maps, and hopefully they take the real time info and they make some more iterative real time changes along the way, and maybe they learn something about potentially upgrading old maps. It's a thing we've talked about multiple times. That the maps should change. In my opinion, I like every patch they should switch some stuff around on every map.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be a whole just a rock here, put a bush here, take a bush away from there. Just switch them around, man.
Yeah.
know what I'm
That
saying?
would make the game interesting because, okay, I mean, it initially it would feel frustrating because you go to your favourite bush and it's not there anymore. You go, oh, bloody hell! But then,
Yeah.
part of that is to find out, okay, where else on the map can I go?
Yeah.
Well, you know, where should I go? And it just, hey, here's a word. It might create dynamic play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never going to happen, is it?
Why would we want to create dynamic play?
No, we just want static positions where we just slug it out against each other day after day after day.
Grinny says yesterday that she had a PM from someone who's saying you went after him for his stats. Did you get his? Did you take his stats from him?
I can't believe anybody seriously did that.
I've come for your stats. I'm only here for your purpleness.
Oh dear.
Oh
Stop
my
picking on
goodness.
me. The stats are that good, you're picking on me.
Bogey says recon is a battle mode. Thank you, Bogey, for confirming that. So it is a separate mode. Very good.
Right, cool.
He was anonymized. I
Oh,
wish
was he?
I wish the end results did not have the anonymized name on it. I wish it would just put why is that? Random tangent. Why like the game's over. The idea was to stop the no bully, right? In game. No bully. Okay. You can find their name, but you have to hover over. So why not just because I get a message from somebody, right? I'm looking for, tough guy 105. And I'm like, all right, where's Tough Guy 105? Well, there's no Tough Guy 105 that I got a note from. So now I have to individually search through, find a little symbol, hover over, and figure out which one of the anonymized people is Tough Guy 105.
The whole concept does not even bear time spent working out why it's there because who is that so important player that he can't be recognised by his name? I mean, don't give me the like, the great big CCs feel that they get targeted because no, the reason why some of you great big CCs is because you're very good players. The likes of Quickie Baby and so on. They're good players. They know, and so they will get targeted. I just
I don't
it's
worry
not
about
me.
that. I mean, I don't run into that. I
I
don't
don't
think.
think so.
I've had
I think
on
it's
occasion
ridiculous.
people say I saw you and I came after you, just laughing. It's often you guys that and
Yeah, I
and
mean,
I've always been.
you were arted by who was it? We were in stream, and I think we did the counting, and somebody was on the other side and arty, and they just focused on you. I think they stream sniped and watched you, and then just blatted you with arty.
I don't
So
care. I really I don't. I mean, I wouldn't want people to make a career out of it. But ultimately, if someone notices that you're good or that you're a well-known name, bring it on, man. Let's do it.
just
You
more
know?
fool you if you don't actually kill that guy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. I just the whole anonymizer thing doesn't. It has no meaning for me. I can't
Yeah.
understand at all why Wargaming introduced it.
Because
Why?
it's a pixel tank game.
Oh, that's why.
It doesn't matter.
I just see. I
It
missed
doesn't
that all
matter.
along,
It
didn't
doesn't
I?
matter. It doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, you blew up my tank? Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I'm gonna go and
goodness.
sit in the shed for a week now.
Critty says, you're absolutely right. I came for your 53% win rate. I am here.
Ah, dear.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Stickler does not have XVM, does not want it. RKL, I'm the same. I often miss that
Yeah.
it's one of you guys in game, and there'll be a message
Yeah.
at the end. And I get the same thing. Some of you guys are the same way. Like, oh, I just noticed you're in the game. I'm like, oh shit, I just noticed you were in the game. Fantastic.
Yeah.
How you doing? High five. Who's that? Let's see. Stop. Bogey says I had some anonymized guy all pissed off when I didn't follow his advice. I responded that I could not tell he was 62 from a tomato, so I followed. Exactly, exactly, Bogey. You know what? If you're gonna hide your stats because you don't want to get.
Yeah.
People are funny.
Aren't they just?
They're funny. All right. What else we got here? So that's a recon mission and a several tangents. The Minsk map is being Minsk map is being reworked.
Is that like lamb mince? Or...
Yeah, it's like minced map. Minced map. Look at this. This is no, this is the old one. Where's the new one? There it is. This is fairly significant because this was
Yeah.
just a big open area that it was a pain to cross. Now there might be a little kerfuffle action going on in here.
Yeah.
And
And
what's the-
historically, that'll be a medium tank / light tank fighting ground. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know there's no set metas anymore, but yeah, I mean that'll make ideal for a little bit of a skedaddle around with your medium,
Yeah.
especially like the bat chats and stuff like that. Cool.
So there's definitely a significant change right there. It's hard to tell what they're trying
Yeah.
to show me in some of these pictures.
They pushed the border back slightly as well. The map edge, they pushed that back as well. Well, it's
Yeah.
on the picture you're showing now. So it's a deeper, more
Oh.
protected area.
Oh, okay. So
Like the big
it's a
roundabout.
bigger map, huh?
Yeah, it's gone slightly. They pushed it back a bit. That area where the big roundabout is, where the heavies all sort of
Right.
brawl.
There's also a
Pull
back
back.
area right here. Look where the line is right here.
Yeah, look at that.
So that you couldn't go past these buildings before. Now you can get back
Yeah.
behind here. Don't know why you
Yeah.
would. Oh, well, if you were super camper, then you might want to be back here.
You might want to be.
And what's that? That's this area. So they've definitely reworked that. Looks like that river is more fjordable. Further back up this way. There was a place where you would drown over here. It looks like, I don't know if it's usable or not. It's hard to tell. Oh, look at this. Yeah. The river is the river is much less of a factor. It looks like you can kind of get through all this area a lot better. Look at that. Scouts could sneak through there. Well, these walls are interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if they're destructible. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Big. Those are pretty big changes. We'll see. Why would they show that one? There's cars.
They've drained the water to stop Artie from drowning. Yeah.
Hopefully. Construction Minsk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Under construction. Ooh, they've added a Ferris wheel. Has that been there?
Yeah, that was always there because I used to drive into it and knock it over.
Oh my god, I don't even remember. I have no idea where that is or what it's doing.
By the North Spawn. I call it the North Spawn, the other spawn. Not this spawn, that spawn.
This is a little bit changed. They've knocked down some of these fences here. There's a ridge right there that wasn't there. Why is there a ridge here but not here? That's odd. Huh. More construction and what they've really knocked the tree. There are, look at that. That is so clear cut now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of those trees were useful though. They were just fuller, I guess. I guess when you knock them down now they're not usable or something. Not sure. All right, so lots of changes there.
Yeah.
This one snuck by me. I didn't realize this was happening. Interface improvements with, you get the, look at this on the hit points of the other tanks. So this is something XVM users will be familiar with because that's been in XVM for a long time.
So you've got coloured against the side of the. Okay, I didn't know that.
So it's fall. Okay, Kitch, thank you. So that's why there's no leaves on the trees. Oh, seasonal maps. Seasonal maps.
Check that out.
There you go. Well, that's actually kind of interesting because if you took some of those really tree intensive maps and turned it into winter or fall, there would be there'd be much less cover, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it. It's easier to see things in woods when it's fall or winter because there's no leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minska Nova Bergdorf, exactly, Wayne. 100%.
That's it. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You have to turn it on in settings. What are we talking about? Yeah, the river is a dry bed, less water, 100%. Wayne always looks for a 279E or Chieftain at the start of the game. That's how you know who you follow, right? Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Pack42. Welcome to the show. We do this every Sunday at 0700. World's #1 World of Tanks coffee talk at the 0700 Central time period. So this is cool. We're going to get some hit point information. And then these little circle dudes, which I guess it's hard to tell because
it's the arty splash, isn't it? It's showing you where the arty's
No.
No?
No. And this is what cracked me up about their picture. It's hard to see what they're trying to get at. But see these circles that are not fully formed? That's a damage indicator.
Oh,
So these guys are all 100%. I don't know why they stacked them all on top of each other like that. It's really silly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the whole... Yeah.
yeah, so these two guys are damaged, and I think this green one is also damaged. It's hard to see, but that's going to be something you turn on down here in the interface right here.
Not something I'm going to turn on because if the minimap was formulated properly, so the information that's on there is readable, I've got it as big as it'll go, and I still have problems with the wording drifting off to the right of the map.
Well, these little bars are going to clutter the crap out of it, especially if you're close. So I'm not really sure. You know, maybe they seem to be very bright. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there. This one is this commander's camera, and this is what they're trying to show. But I don't. What's the difference between this and just zooming out? I can't figure that one out.
No. You have to wait till it lands, and we have to then work it through. And see
Is it a further out zoom, Wayne? Is that all it is? Maybe it is. Is that further? It does seem further. So they've called.
So they've increased the zoom out.
They've called
One thing we've been saying about the mod, the zoom out mod, is completely unfair.
And then they call it.
To be fair, everybody's got it now. So.
And they call it commander's camera.
Right.
Why not just call it zoom out?
The only saving grace with that, is that everybody will have it as opposed to if you've just got the mod downloaded. That's the only saving grace.
So when I read commander's camera and I looked at that, I was trying to, well, what's this special commander's camera? It never occurred to me, and should have, that it's just a zoom out. I thought surely it's not just a zoom out. There's something special about the commander's camera.
Well, obviously not. No.
No, it's a zoom. It's a zoom out.
Yeah, it's infrared. It sees it at night. You can see it at night time.
It's just a zoom out mod, Guido.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you have to enable these things. Tactical. Oh, tactical view. That's these circles. And then commander camera. Is tactical view change this? Not really. I guess it's a combo of both the damage indicators. I guess.
Yeah.
Is this part tactical view and we get this anyway? I don't really know. It's not explained very well.
I'd really want to switch all of that off, to be honest, for me.
And then...
I much prefer a clean screen with a...
Oh, here it is. I found it. Show vehicle HP right here.
Oh, okay. All right, so you can switch it off.
Team panels, mini-map. Okay.
Cheers, Stickler. See you later, mate.
See ya, Stickler. Thanks for coming by, man. Have a good weekend, my friend. Have a good weekend. All right, Battle Pass Season 5 is coming. We're going to have the 50B, the CS63, and the Badger. And you're going to be able to get a Bounty low noise exhaust system, which will be new. Now, this is what I'm sort of excited for right here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to this. It's going to be 10 players, guys, instead of 15. So it'll be a 10v15, a 10v10. 10v15 would be bad. 10v10. So it's Season X. This is a test season going to be in between the two annual seasons to test the 10v10. So it will not count, sort of, but I'll get that in a minute. It will not count overall for the end game reward tank, the 1B or the 50. Actually, not true. The 50T you can get. We'll talk about that in a second. But the 1B especially, or whatever the tank might be for the next season. You will not gather coins for that or whatever it was. However, what you can do, and if I have to go to the other article, if you get to a certain level, you will be able to buy the 50T for bonds, or the T45.
It was the previous reward. It was the previous reward.
Right, and the 1B was this year. The 50T was last year, right?
Yeah,
or whatever it was, or last season, or whatever the hell they were calling it back then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, and I think I'm going to do ranked this time because I want to get the 50T. So if I can if I can unlock the 50T, if I get high enough through, and it doesn't take very much. We'll go to the article in just a minute. Oh, here it is. Just press the button. So let's scroll down here to this area. Here we go. So qualification gets you nothing, but moves you into here. So Division 2, you can get these rewards. 1,600 bonds, gold, some consumables, blah, blah, blah. Division 2, more of the same, more bonds, yada, yada. I think it's Division 1. No. Yada, yada. Is it Bronze League? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where is it? Where do you have to get to be able to get the... Season 10. Previously accumulated personal discount, purchase bonds. You'll be able to use the bonds to get your hands on various items. Second Division. All right. There, get there. If you get the Second Division, which should be easy, relatively, it's going to take time. You will unlock the ability to get these things, and then whatever your previous discount was will still be in effect. That is the one thing that's coming from the last ranked season. Right. Or you can just buy it for the full price, which I don't really care. We'll see what is there. What I don't see where you can get more discounts here. None of these are discounts that I can see. That I don't know. And you can also get a fuel filter replacement directive or an improved compressor. You get that by getting to Bronze League.
Right.
And that's the improved compressor. Improved compressor. There you go. Gold League, you can get 20 of the 50% credit. So there are some reasonable rewards in there. I want to get to Division 2 as a minimum, so I can get, as Wayne says, the 50T for 20,000 bonds or whatever discount. And I don't see any way to get discounts in here, to be honest. I might be missing it. Anyway, that might not be... You might be able to get discounts as you go. I don't know. Last time you got to certain divisions, you got a discount as you went. Yeah. Or maybe it was missions. Yeah, I don't remember. Because there are some individual missions right here, but you're getting daily bonus battles and bonds for those. Also, too, and in addition to, the role experience has been fleshed out even more. Yeah, playing rank can be expensive, absolutely. So that nearly every tank, and maybe it is now, I'd have to look at this. I think nearly every tank now has some kind of, tier 10, has some kind of role experience bonus to it. I'd have to count them up. But it looks like most of them have something that they can do. I did really heavily disagree with the role experience thing.
Yeah.
I think incentivizing tanks to play a certain way is dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've said this before. Once you put something out there, why try and dictate how players will play it? Because they'll play it exactly how.
Yeah. Like I like this one for the assault heavy tank. Trade hit points and block damage.
Every T95 in the world.
Dude, I'd like to not trade hit points. How about not trade? How about I take hit points and you get nothing? That's the trade I want.
Ideal, isn't it, that situation? Yeah.
Oh, man. So there you go. That is what's going on with Season 10. You'll see me play that. I am going to try that. And then the last but not least is the blueprint thing. If we go over to... Let's do this. Let's put this guy back over here. And if we go to the campaigns and we look at these campaigns and we look at these groupings of countries, then those are the countries, which is, it's hard to tell. There you go, you got to hover. This is another thing. Why does it not show the 2 flags of the country up here? Or in this case, the 3 flags of you have to hover over the stupid thing. Anyway, alliance will be able to trade. USA, UK, and Poland will be able to trade.
Yeah. I think it's quite costly though. I think is it not 6 nation blueprints?
Yeah, it's something like that. You can only use national fragments of one nation for conversions. For example, to replace 10 Chinese fragments, you will need 60 Soviet. So it's 6 to 1. 6 to 1. There you go. But you cannot use 5 Chinese to replace the remaining 5 Chinese fragments with 30. So, what? You cannot use 5 Chinese fragments to replace the remaining. I don't know what that means.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. The cat's coming in, by the way.
I know. I'm about
The
to.
window.
Oh, it is coming through. Look at that. What's up, stupid?
No, I've decided I'll stay out. Yeah.
That's funny. I heard it. My God, the thing wants to come in, and I forgot the window was open. It's funny
It's
how
like checking you out, yeah.
it's funny how they find stuff like that.
It's like, yeah, I've sussed it. I got in the window now. Hey, what's this?
Curiosity truly killed the cat.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because you just don't need to close that window right now, do you?
Stupid little cat. All right. Well, I think we're getting near the end, my friends.
You've got a question, Guido.
Oh, do I?
Some way back. Where was it?
Yes, Kedge. My cat's name
Stupid.
is Stupid. I do call him that. All right, sorry. Where's the question?
It's equipment set up for the Super P from Triple M.
Okay, let's check that out. Let's check that out. Triple M is next. Super P. All right. I think it's going to end up being a pretty standard setup, guys. I have, boom, vents in the bonus slot, a rammer, and a vert stab. And I don't know how you would do much better than that. I suppose IRM could be in play, but you're using a vert stab, I think, ahead of an IRM pretty much overall. Now, there is a small argument for the IRM because this thing is a bit sluggish, so you will spin your turret and your hull faster. That has the bonus you get to the movement basically only neutralizes that, but still you're not worse off than you were. So
There's also directives you could use if you didn't want to do that. You put an IRM, you could use a directive, and that would help.
this is actually a de facto buff to your turn rate, to your turn radius.
Yeah.
Because your whole... Because you're... What the heck did you do? Something fell off back there.
Yeah.
Because your turn
With
rate...
children and animals.
Yeah. Because your turn rate will be faster. But that's what I've got set up right there for it. and I am running large kits and a large or automatic fire extinguisher. This is a bit of a try hard. I do have a lot of APCR on this tank. Not a lot of tanks that I carry that much APCR. Let me let this stupid cat out the door.
It's got preferential, hasn't it?
Come on, stupid. Go. It does. It does have pref.
So I quite enjoy that because it holds its own back tier.
This is
So
kind of
being
a beast. Yeah, this is kind of a beast now. They buffed the pen. The gold is entirely usable. The standard is actually decent now that it's not 190 or whatever it used to be.
Yeah.
202 is actually usable at tier 8 and not as at tier 9, but if you're fighting stuff like this, once you dab 258 is okay. I mean, you're not going to punch to the face of a Malshin or anything, but you can get to his weak spots and have pretty good expectation. Shell velocity is nice at 1200. I mean, that's very comfortable. So I have liked this tank. In fact, I think it's one of my most played tanks, actually. Let's take a look at it.
See, I only got it recently. I say recently,
maybe not.
about a month or so ago.
I thought it was up near the top, but I guess it isn't. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I've got a lot of battles in it. 768. I'm averaging over 1,000 experience, so it's one of the ones I do better. And 62% win rate over 768 battles is decent.
Yeah, it's a very usable tank.
Thing is that a lot of those were from the past, it has been power crept. Preferential matchmaking is a huge advantage for good players. I mean, preferential matchmaking is it used to be even worse back in the day when there was less power creep. Like when an IS6 and a 112 and a WZ was actually really competitive, even with the tier 9s that are out there. It's much less now. I like the Lurva, actually. That's got the most battles. 55% win rate, but that's because that was the first premium I owned. So I mean, I was sub 50% in that for half those battles easily. Do a lot better in it now, but I do like this tank. It's really nice.
It grinds the credits apparently.
Oh yeah. Well, it's got so much pen, standard pen. Like what is it, 230 or some crazy thing like that?
Right.
Go over to the Lurva. Now it doesn't have a lot of DPM, but it's 234. 234 standard, man. That's amazing. 294 with dabbing too. There's not much it can't take on. Now its DPM is crap. This is funny. I didn't realize I had it. For some reason, I'm using improved hardening. I would not really recommend this setup. I'd probably put vents. I'd probably put vents in that. I don't know why I was doing that. Maybe just for giggles. I don't know. And the gun is very accurate. So this is one of those tanks. I've said this before. I've been at 94.7, 0.5, point whatever on this thing multiple times. I bet I'm in the 80s now, though. 91. All right,
Well,
so I'm still above
played it
90.
for a long time, haven't you? So yeah.
Yeah, so I've charged up to the 3 mark and then fallen back 4 or 5 times on this. The Types 59 is the other one that's crushing my will to live on the 3 mark. But pretty cool tank. Delo did get buffed TDF. Yep, recently. I don't know, 2 years I guess now. I say recently, but could have been 2 years. All right. What else, Perry? Oh, you got a contest, man.
I've got a contest. And what I'll do is rather than have people, try and Google away, we'll do it so you don't need to give the answers in message today. Just have the answers PM me or PM Guido or in game or however you want to do it. So it doesn't have to be put up today. So you can go away and have a think about this. And then I'll announce the winner next week for 500 gold. So the question is a history question. United States of America history and the United Kingdom history. So again, it's in 3 parts. So there's 3 questions in one. But the first person to get to me or to Guido, who then gets it to me, with the correct answers over the next week, will win themselves 500 gold, which I'll announce next week, as I said. So, are you ready, guys? Plymouth Rock? No, Wayne. No, it's not Plymouth Rock. It never was.
Porn star general.
Yeah, Porn Star General. Here we go. Okay, so questions. Get your pen and papers ready. When was the original Liberty Bell last rung? Okay, this is the American part of the history questions. When was the original Liberty Bell last rung? All I want is a day and a date. A year. All right, that's question one. Question two: how much did that Liberty Bell cost originally? How much did it cost? Okay. Question three, and this will concern Guido and also all of you who denied paying taxes, for the Boston Tea debacle that you lot threw into the harbour. Which king introduced a tax on beards? Which king introduced a tax on beards in the United Kingdom? Okay, I won't repeat the questions because I'm not.
What was the reason for the tax on beards? See you, Wayne. Thanks for coming by, man. To make more money for the king. Okay. Okay.
He just looked around and went, everybody's got a beard. Oh, reckon I can tax those. So, yeah, answers to me over the next week, either me direct or through Guido, and then I'll announce the winner next week.
All right. All right.
Thank you very
cool.
much indeed.
Well, hey, I think we've come to the end, man. I appreciate everybody coming by. The follows. What do we got here? We got Pack 42, Anonymous Cheer with a Cheer, Captain Maddox, Lethal Weapon. I have no profile. There was actually one question up here, I thought. No, that was Lootbox saying that pref means you only see tier 9s. Probably true. Goldo, how you doing? I didn't see you sneak in here. Nice to see you. And I think that's it. The king started Gillette. That could be.
Yeah, he's the CEO of Gillette.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe somebody came and said, "Hey, man, I got this great invention. It's called a razor. You can shave with it." And he's like, "Ooh, I know how to get people to shave. Let me have a bit of that business right there, and we'll sell some razors."
Didn't work in Boston with the tea, though, did it?
No.
No. So I don't think try to get you to shave. But that's the thing. Actually, that's the point. Before we finish, if somebody introduces a tax on beards, then surely everybody would just have a shave and go, "I ain't got a beard. I'm not paying you tax."
That's a good point. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe beards were the rage, and he just knew they wouldn't give them up.
Yeah.
He knew they wouldn't give them up. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a good weekend. Have a good Memorial Day. I do plan, hopefully, no complete promises, but my plan is to stream a little bit tomorrow during Memorial Day. So we'll see you guys then, and if I can during the rest of the week, we'll do so as well. All women but the bearded lady were happy. There you go, Granny. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking out the content on YouTube. That is it from the left side of the Atlantic.
It's it from the correct side of the Atlantic.
See ya.